Welcome back to another video. We've missed you. It's not my voice this time, it's my voice and my face, so it's a little different, and I apologize if me playing with her mouth is distracting, but what's up guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Haley, and today we're going to be going over / setting up some of the new animals that I picked up at Repticon this weekend that we went ahead and vended at Arapahoe County Fairgrounds. It was a great show. It was awesome seeing everybody. It's our first show for a minute. We haven't done one in a couple months. And it's felt amazing just to see everybody again and to see all the amazing new animals and see everyone come out and help educate and set new people up with amazing animals. It was awesome seeing some of my return customers and also making some new friends along the way. Lots of geckos got some great homes, and I'm looking forward to the updates and such that comes from that. I went ahead and picked up some stuff even though I said I wasn't going to. So we're going to go ahead and set up some temporary enclosures. I'm going to ventilate these 16 quarts out for these gals, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at them. But I'll show you how to do that in case you ever need to set up a quarantine system. The things I've mentioned, especially to the newer customers, is to make sure that your animal has an adjustment period. Sometimes throwing them right into their enclosure is not always the best thing. Even if you trust who it came from, and even if you've done a bunch of business with that person before, you should always make sure that you set up your animal in a separate enclosure so that they can relax. Because traveling's a big deal for these guys. It's a lot to move for little lizards. But I might have given away what I got. You should know what I got. I got new females. Actually, I don't expect you to know that. Do I? No. I didn't take a whole bunch of video like I had planned to. We ended up being very busy. It ended up being a super busy show. It was a great show. Like I said, I loved it. It was great coming out after being not around for so long. So it was awesome. And I got a cool new hoodie, which I love hoodies. I live in hoodies. See, even my dog likes hoodies. She did hoodie bear. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and start with these 16 quarts. We're going to go ahead and get them set up, and then we'll go ahead and introduce you to the animals. Or if you're just here for this part, the enclosure part of the video, then just stick around. It won't be that long, and I promise I'll shut up. Besides our tub, here's a couple things that we're going to need. Always paper towel. It's the easiest substrate to change, keep sterile, and make sure that your animal is defecating and everything all right. We're going to use these Rockstar Geckos vents that I went ahead and purchased. I'm just going to do one on each side. It's very dry here in Colorado, and I don't want these enclosures drying out too fast. I'll put more as needed, but so far 2 is the way to go. We're going to go ahead and fasten those with some hot glue, and you're going to need a 2-inch rotary. I don't think that's what that's called. Is this called a rotary? I'll probably just sound really dumb. But look, right here. Can you see it? I think it's backwards. But it says 2.5 or 64 millimeter hole cut. So you don't want to cut yourself. You don't want to go too fast when you're doing this. So I would watch out. You're not going to like this. What I will go ahead and do is I'll put it down between to where I'm kind of holding it with my feet and my ankles. You got to be careful not to drill like right directly in the middle here, or else if you don't get it perfectly on center, this may not fit. Well, I guess it could fit. I guess that only applies to the smaller one. So, a little dusty. Make sure your thing's going the right way. But I'm just going to go ahead and smack that right down dab there hungrily diddly do in the middle here. Go slow. Oops. You don't go too fast. This is starting to crack a little bit. You don't want it to crack. Which I cracked it a little bit, but that's not. You're going to want to take, if you have one, I forgot to mention, you're going to need an X-Acto blade, because you can do this before or after. I do it as I go. I make sure it's in a clean, easy to clean setting. Oh, that was dangerous. You probably want to, use more skill when applying these type of techniques. We just wing it around here. Just kind of trim along on the inside of it, get all the extra stuff out of the way. I'm the one who vacuums, so I don't really care. So yeah, there's one side of it. See, and then I'll do ahead the other side as best I can, as symmetrical as I can. We'll try this again. Maybe you can see this a little better. Make sure that's tightened. Bada bing. Pull that off. Get your little disky things. Disky. And then take your little knifey knife. It's kind of hard to get in there. There's probably an easier way to do this, but we don't do that here. We do because you don't want any pieces sticking out, so your animal can either cut themselves or accidentally get poked or any weird thing that they do to themselves. This is specifically, actually, I guess I should say this. These are specifically for crested geckos, but you can drill a hole for anything, I'm assuming. So we got our hot glue gun. Make sure that's all nice and clean. I'm just gonna go around the edge. It dries kind of fast, so you're gonna want to be semi-fast. Also be careful when you're shaving them, like when you're shaving with your X-Acto knife, don't cut too wide. And you can, somebody who is upset that this isn't straight is going to get mad, and I apologize, but yeah, so you just press that on in there. I go from the back, so here, let's see if you can, it's a good way to see this. I go from the back, and I'll just kind of fill in this little gap here as smooth as I can, just so there's no chance of anything popping off. And what's there? So that's one side. Then get all these little scrappies out. Let that sit for a couple of seconds, but nice and installed. And while you're waiting for the other side to dry completely, you can kind of check up on here. Get your other one, and just do the same process. Very easy. Great emergency hospital tote, tote for on the whim. I don't advocate for purchasing animals on the whim if you cannot take care of them. If you have all the ability to take care of them and you have the space and all that, then you know, get as many animals as you can handle and that your heart desires. However, don't buy on impulse. It's not super great, and it can end worse for the animal. But if you did impulse buy, no judgment from me. Mama Bear's here to help you out. Same thing. I'm gonna do the inside just because I like it. Do the pressy press. Let it dry. And that's basically it. It's still a little warm. You want to make sure that your glue solidifies before you put anything in here. So we'll go ahead and let this one sit, and we'll start in the other two. I won't explain again. I'll just kind of... I ended up having to find a third tub, like the tub that I'm currently fixing up now. And then I ended up getting distracted in between for a few hours between getting something to eat and setting everything up. So this is after everything settled down and everybody went to bed and I could continue filming. Doing some very, very simple decor around here, or in each of these. Stuff that's easy to clean and has already been cleaned. Not too much. I want to make sure that they're starting to feel secure, that they have their own spaces, but I don't want to overwhelm them as well. These are not permanent. These are temporary. These are so that they can all adjust. I'll give a paper towel to these two since they have a little bit less. Realize you couldn't really see these two from the other angle, but it's not meant to look pretty. It's meant to keep it simple, easy to clean, and in case of any health issues, paper towels so that we can see that they're pooping and that everything that is coming out looks normal and all that. Okay, now that everything's set up, let's go ahead and get these girls into their temporary enclosures so that they can chill out, and then eventually we can give them into their main enclosures, and hopefully maybe this year 2 or all of them will be breeding. We'll see though. So I know not a lot of you, or at least a good number of you, probably don't know what many of my geckos look like, many of my breeders look like, besides the gecko who's on my logo. His name is Monster, one of my favorite geckos. You'll be able to see him. I do have a few other breeders of mine that went to the show with me. We traded off for a collab and a few just to display. Those ones all put their little names right next to them so you can kind of see who they are. My goal is for you to kind of get all of my geckos, or get to know all of my geckos personally, just because I tend to have my animals around for quite a long time. Well, the first gecko we're going to look at is, I don't know her, but she's been in my collection for a while. She's returning from a collab that just didn't work out, which is alright. Happy to have her back. This is Cerberus. Isn't she a pretty girl? I love the fringes on her. So if I tell you that I am kind of a hater of pinstripe, by the end of this video you'd call me a liar. Would you believe me or up and leave me? Comment below. No, I'm just kidding. That was a little random. I don't even know if that'll make it into the video, but it's just me showing her off. She is a pinstripe morph. There is a lot of fun genetics possibly going on with her. We'll do some more genetics talk at a different time. But let's get her back settled in. Give them away to see what they're coming back at. 37 grams. She's a little bit of a smaller female, so she teeters on there, but we'll have to remember that one. Give her, this is her tub. I'll give her the yellow leaf tub. She can slide right on in there. Got her cat full of that fresh Pangea we just made, nice and thick. Ooh, ooh. Not really. And we'll put this in here to where she doesn't have to see us. I did have these little, like they're little cereal cups, you know, the mini cereal cups that you eat out of. I have a thing for Raisin Bran lately, for whatever reason, so I have a lot of these, which is perfect, because these make perfect little water bowls. Should always provide your animal with a water bowl. It's great for them. I'll also give her a little spray. Give her a little spray. I'll go ahead and masking tape will help you out a lot with labeling and such. Doesn't come off super easy as long as you don't get it wet. And it's not permanent, so you're not stuck with a bunch of stuff on the lid like you will sometimes see with some of my older tubs. Alright, so the next little lady we have here, she does not have a name yet. These two next girls coming up are girls I've never had in my collection before, so they're brand spanking new. I wish she was fired up, but she's a little firecracker. Look at her. Look at how gorgeous she is. Nice, big, giant head. Whoa. Nice, big, gorgeous, giant head. She fires up a real nice red color, really beautiful red color. Really happy to have added her. I breed for size, so this is, I love females with structures like this. I also have a red male for her, just for her. I should say she's for him. Only reason I would get another pinstripe. Just kidding. She's weighing in at 43 grams. Go ahead and let her settle in. She's a little jumpy. Get her some of that fresh pan gear. It's thick, 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 thick. Put her in there. Give her some water. She'll be good to go. One thing too I wanted to mention is when you put the paper towels up like this, it gives them a little bit of a barrier with these clear or semi-clear plastic tubs. If you do use tubs or go that route, you might even do so in a little critter keeper or a tank. Just kind of let it go up high. They may hide in between the layers, but it just provides a little bit of an extra eye blanket to where it covers up this way. I don't personally like to do that just because I like to have some access points where I can look in and see and check in on them without having to disturb them. Get a better look at that girl after she's settled in after a while. Go ahead. I don't know what we're gonna name her. She's a red little thing. She's crazy. I already have a Hera, which she's not red, disappointingly. She did look very red when she was little, but she's not. So we'll just call her Burberry's girlfriend. I'm gonna put Burberry's girlfriend. That's an E. I got excited with my own thought. Wasn't even that good. Burberry's GF. And we'll put her down at 43 grams. Alrighty, and the last little lady to join our army will be Madam Mim. This girl, I've seen the last couple shows from they've become pretty good friends of ours. Raptors and Friends. I'll write that up there. She's just always been a really nice, big, chunky girl. That's what they do, folks. Really gorgeous, chunky little girl. Love her coloring. Again, you'd call me a liar if I said it in like pinstripes, but check out her little chubby belly. She's squeaking. She's squeaking. You hear? Little Madam Mim. Absolutely love her. I can't wait to get her breeding. I have a couple suitors that would fit her quite well. I just thought she was really unique. Her overall size is what got me. And she's 45. Alright, let little Mim go on and hide herself away in there. We got her Pangier. Go ahead and put that in there. Fill her water up. Give her a little spritz. I'll put her away. Oh, look at her. One last look in there. Again, the warning out there. This is not a permanent enclosure. This is to make sure she settles well, to make sure she's eating, that she, isn't going into any type of stressful freak out or anything like that. Just making sure she's all good, and everything's moving right. Even though I love Raptor and Friends to death, and I trust them, you want to do this with every animal because you don't want to just stick them in a big enclosure. Some animals might not respond well to that. There's little Madam Mim, and that is the end of the crested geckos that we added. I do want to do a different video on crested geckos that left during the show. There's two gecko girls of ours that left during the show that will be part of a breeding club with a good friend of mine. I can't wait to be able to share it with you guys. I know I should leave her alone. We get one little look. One last look at Mim. One last look at Mim. Oh, she squeak. Oh, she squeak. Alright. Now after this little bit of handling, I'm going to leave them alone. Other than a feed and change, and then you might see these guys again if you want. This might be the end of the first part of the video. If you don't see this continuing, I don't want this to be too long. If it is the end of the video, thank you guys for If it is the end of the video, then thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, your time. Let me know if you like this version of a video or another version. I got technically two more types of animals, but you'll see that in the next video. Thank you so much, guys.